What's up everybody, Rick here, and today we're back for part 3 of my E3 predictions. Today we're doing Microsoft, the big one. Sony is not there this year, so out of the first party, Microsoft is the only one with a press conference. Nintendo doesn't have a press conference, just doing a Nintendo Direct as usual. So Microsoft E3 press conference will be on June 9th, 1 p.m. Pacific time. And like we did with the other ones, we're gonna go over some of the things that they did last year because it might give us a clue for what they're gonna do this year. First of all, last year, man, it was packed with games, and I'm hoping that this year we get something similar too, because it was just like games, announcement, studio that we bought, games, Game Pass, games. It was crazy. So let's look at some of the stuff they did last year. They started the show with the big guns, Halo Infinite, showed off that trailer. Are we gonna see Halo Infinite again this year? I'm hoping so, and I think that we will actually. I'll talk a little bit more in depth about what some of Microsoft Studios might bring to the show this year later. But yeah, Halo Infinite, I think it's a lock. Ori and the Will of the Wisp. It's still dated for 2019, so big chance that we see it again this year. I also have my hopes that we might see something related to Nintendo. Maybe they'll bring it to the Switch like they brought Cuphead to the Switch. Ori seems like a perfect game to bring over. Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves still doing, relatively well. They had a resurgence when people started streaming it on Twitch a lot, and I think that we might get some update on Sea of Thieves, either a new expansion of just some new functionality that they're adding to the game. Forza Horizon 4 was last year's Forza. There's rumor that there might be an expansion for this E3 that would be announced at this E3, but other than that, we don't know what Microsoft's plan for Forza are this year because there's no Forza announced yet. But there usually is one a year, and they alternate between Motorsport. This year would be Motorsport 8. Then we got into the part of the conference when they announced a lot of new studio that they either acquired or the one that they created. The Initiative and Santa Monica. I think that we're going to see a lot of what these studios have started to work on, and so that's going to be very interesting. Game Pass, for sure, we'll hear a lot about Game Pass again. They'll say how people are playing more games more often and longer with Game Pass, and try to sell the product because it's a good product, frankly, and so why not try to sell it more? Sessions, which was a skate game that they had last year to replace Skate, I guess, because Skate is not coming back, I suppose. Set for 2019, still no information further than that. I'd like to see Sessions some more. I love Tony Hawk so much when he was in his heyday, Tony Hawk 2, Tony Hawk 1, 2, 3. And then Skate was really good. So Session might take over the Skate genre games because you don't see them very often anymore. Devil May Cry 5 was also presented last year at the Xbox press conference. That's a sign that we might get something not necessarily from Devil May Cry, but from Capcom, because Capcom historically had been at Sony's press conference. But last year they were at Microsoft, and this year there's not even a Sony. So if we see something come from Capcom, it's gonna be there at Microsoft. Jump Force, just like with DMC, is a testament that they can get Japanese games to be revealed at their press conference. So I expect a few of those again this year. Dying Light 2 that they showed last year, not dated yet. I think they're gonna talk some more about the game. Battletoads, we had that short teaser last year and then just the title, Battletoads. I think we're gonna get some more information. I'm not sure if Rare is working on it or if it's another studio, but I'm quite excited to see what Battletoad has become in 2019, because I'm sure it's gonna be quite different from the Battletoad we all remember. And then we finished with a bunch of Gears games. So there was Gear Pop, which came out, the Funko Pop game, mobile game, Gears Tactic, and Gears of War 5. I expect a heavy emphasis on Gears 5 and Gears Tactic. Both of those games, I think, are pretty close to release. I don't think they have a date yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if they announce that it's for 2019 or early 2020. And then, of course, the show ended with that big surprise of Cyberpunk 2027 coming back after so many years. And for sure, we're going to see Cyberpunk again. It's already been confirmed that it's going to be at E3 this year, but with no hands-on demo. But we might see another trailer or someone playing the game on stage or just showing some gameplay. I'd be interested to see some more of that game. And also, like, there was a lot of like criticism or complaint about the fact that it was only first person. I wonder if they'll change it and offer the possibility of going third person as well as first person. Personally, I'll play the game regardless, but I would have liked just the option, to go third person like Skyrim. So this year's rumors are saying that the show is going to be 2 hours long. They locked a time frame on YouTube, like 2 hours. Sony is gone, like I said earlier, so the main live stage for the third parties is going to be at Microsoft. So that might explain why the show is so long this year. Because if you're a third party and you want to show off your game, it's either Nintendo or Microsoft. And I think like you want the prestige of the press conference and the big stage, so you go to Microsoft. What we do know is that Phil Spencer said 14 Xbox Studio game would be at the show this year, the most they had in any years. Now, what does that mean? Xbox Studio games, like the words are chosen very carefully. He didn't say 14 exclusive, he said 14 Xbox Studio games. And so I went through the list of Xbox Studios developers and see what they're working on, what they've been working on, and what they might bring to the show. First of all, Compulsion Game, working on We Happy Few, which came out last year. Maybe we'll get an update. Maybe they're working on a brand new game already and they have something to show. Maybe they were working on separate games at the same time. Who knows? The Coalition, of course, we know the Coalition will be there. They will be showing Gears 5 and Gears Tactics. So I think that's already 2 out of those 14 that are a lock. And that's another point, is that he didn't say 14 games from 14 different studios. So we might get numerous games from the same studio. In this case, I think 2 from the Coalition. Mojang will bring Minecraft. Minecraft is there every year. So without a doubt, we'll see Minecraft. Ninja Theory, I wonder if they're working on something new. Hellblade came out, 2 years ago? So we might get a tease for whatever they're working on next. Playground Games, so they've been doing the Forza Horizon series. They did Forza Horizon 4. Like I said earlier, rumors are that there's going to be an update to Forza Horizon 4 coming out this year. But also there's heavy rumors that the Playground team is working on a Fable game, a brand new Fable game, and so I'd be very interested to see them bring their open world expertise that they've been using mainly on racing games to an RPG like Fable. I think that'd be like quite interesting. Rare, so of course, without a doubt, they'll bring Sea of Thieves. They're probably working on Battletoads too, so maybe that will be another game that they bring. 343 Studio will bring Halo Infinite. I have no doubt about it. We'll see more from the game. Maybe we'll see some gameplay finally. inXile Entertainment will be bringing Wasteland 3. It's set for 2019, and so we'll get some more information about it at this year's show. Obsidian Entertainment are setting up to release Outer World later this year in 2019. And again, they said Microsoft Studios game, not necessarily exclusive game. So Outer World might count among these 14 games. Turn 10 Studio, who's been doing Forza Motorsport, no words from them yet. Are they doing Forza Motorsport 8 this year? If they are, they're gonna announce it. And then Undead Labs with State of Decay 2, which came out last year, but we might get some updates. Other than those, we can't count out the possibility that Age of Empire might be at the show. Either another Age of Empire collection or HD remaster, or Age of Empire 4, which they've announced at Gamescom 2 years ago and we still haven't seen much from since then. Other announcement we might see, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I know they had their big reveal last week, but if they want to be at one of the conferences, they only have Microsoft, because I doubt the game is coming out for Switch. So that would be their occasion. Borderlands 3, if they want to stage, again, same thing, they have to be at Microsoft. because the game is not coming out for Nintendo's console. EA, I know EA said that they wouldn't have a press conference, and they already released a schedule of what they're going to talk about during their EA Play live stream, but that doesn't mean they're not going to bring something to Microsoft. They've been doing it almost every year, showing off the same trailer that they had in their own press conference at another press conference, mainly Battlefield 1 they did it, and Battlefield 5 they also did it. And so nothing stops them from showing something there at Microsoft. Last year it was Anthem. Maybe this year we're gonna see some Dragon Age 4 from EA. That'd be very interesting. Now, what I personally want out of the show, the biggest thing, like the elephant in the room really, is a new console. Is Microsoft going to reveal whatever their new console is going to be, codenamed Scarlet? I don't know. I hope so. I hope if they do, it's not just a tease like they did with Scorpio, with the images of a CPU and talks of teraflop and a bunch of developers saying like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever since sliced bread. No, I want them to like show a game running on the new console or anything. Show some information that really get us to understand how different this is going to be from the current console generation. And so you can get excited about it a little bit, you know? The rumors of new console are ramping up. Sony already started talking about what the PS5 is going to be like. And so Microsoft, the ball is in their camp now. What else? xCloud, they've been talking a lot about it. Assume that at some time they have to make a big push for it and present some kind of consumer product that we can all use, you know, because right now they've been beta testing it within with their employees, but at some point they need to have a box that can use these cloud technology, and maybe that's going to be linked with the new Xbox that they're going to announce, I hope, at the conference. There were rumors that there would be two boxes, one traditional where you just like put your disc in or play the games, and one where you stream, which would cost less money but allow you to stream all the games. So that might be an interesting thing. xCloud might also come back. From my next point is that I want to see some Nintendo partnership. I don't know, I want to see like Miyamoto coming on stage or anything, like them talking about their friends at Nintendo as they did before, and either announce one of their game for the Switch like Ori, or talk about how they're bringing, because we've heard all these rumors, they're bringing Game Pass to Switch or xCloud to Switch or something like Xbox Live to Switch. Right now you can already earn achievement in Minecraft on Switch, and eventually you'll be able to earn achievement and Cuphead on Switch. So I'm expecting this partnership to go even further. Are they gonna bring Game Pass to Switch? That would be very interesting. What else? There was a big leak of a Harry Potter game. I think, was it last year from WB? You know, it was kind of a shaky cam. You couldn't really see what was happening. But this game exists, and we haven't heard about it since then. And I'm expecting it to be revealed at some point. And the only occasion that WB, a third party, would have is, again, Microsoft's stage. Another big rumor that's been going around is that George R.R. Martin is working with From Software on a game that they're going to announce at Microsoft's press conference. So I predict that we're going to see this mystery game, and it's going to be awesome. Rocksteady, where have you been? What have you been doing? We've been waiting forever for any news on Rocksteady and what their new game will be. And so I'm expecting at some point, if you keep predicting that it's going to happen at E3 or any other show, then it's going to happen. You know, at some point you're bound to be right. So I'm going to predict here again, we're going to see Rocksteady's new game. And finally, I think Ubisoft will be bringing something to the conference. They always bring a game to Microsoft or to Sony, even though they're going to show the same game at their own press conference. So I predict Ubisoft will bring something. There's no Assassin's Creed this year, so maybe Watch Dogs. It's already been leaked. Watch Dogs 3 Legion. Maybe Breakpoint. Any of those is a good candidate for Microsoft's press conference. But what do you guys think we're going to see at this year's show? Please tell me in the comments below, and come back next time where we talk about Ubisoft.